And we live.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Czechoslovakia Calamari Ring. This is the ESR Tugas and PHSR Praga Champ Round 6. Live from Slovakia land. Northern Slovakia land, I think. I'm very attractive, and with me as always is the man who invented daylight shavings time, Michael Magus.
Oh, I like that idea. I like it. I'm kind of curious now as to whether we're in the north of Slovakia or not.
I don't know, but Slovakia's from Greece, so I just kind of...
True, but like, this is how my mind works. I need to know now.
That is fair. I have no idea.
I've never looked up exactly where it is. Let's see here. Slovakia Ring is in... it's the more southern end of the country. It's near the Austria border.
Austria.
Near where Hungary, Austria, and Slovakia all meet. So there you go.
They should form an empire. I hear that might be a good idea.
It is a little bit to the southeast of Bratislava.
Bratwurst Slaverings.
Bratwurst Slaverings. We're here for the Slovakia round. This is the 6th round of our Praga series. I like this track. I really do. I think it produces great racing, and it's an interesting challenge. And it's one of those interesting ones that is like kind of Raceroom exclusive. I don't think any other sim has it, which is interesting and neat and cool.
Monsieur Les Passé in the chat. What's up, gangster? Fellow gangster? Gangsterfication imminent.
There, I have fought with the Parsec and won, and my mouse is now my control without controlling Parsec. There you go.
Mr. Christian Kubovic.
Indeed. We got a couple of Slovakians who are at home here, of course. We were at BRNO for last round in the Czech Republic, so we're like just down the street, kind of from it now. And we actually saw Yuri Krotachvil take pole at his home race in the Czech Republic. So, Byron, do you think any of our fine gentlemen of the Slovakian heritage are going to show up here today and be really, really strong at their home race?
No, because I think they've all been banned by the F1 World League Council for having strange eyebrows.
That's an interesting take.
Oh, that's it. The International Cartel Council of Engines has decreed. Verboten.
Interesting. We got 19 cars on the server according to the spectator tool, although of course we have run into this problem before where the spectator tool only shows 19 cars and there's actually more than 19 cars. But we got Bertrand Barrier, Magic Kashchak, Max Simmons, Andrew Fotis Zizoglu, Steve Davidson, Adam Komarowski, James Butler, Antonio Costa, Christian Kubic, Andy Darnell, Martin Emmons, Yuri Krotachvil, someone whose name is not appearing on the spectator tool. I apologize for that. Mauricio Delgado, somebody who is also not appearing on the spectator tool. You are right. Raul Valoria, Ricardo Costa, and Alfonso Alexandre.
What about Christian Okoye?
That would be interesting.
Fit that motherfucker in a car.
Nigerian Nightmare. I remember when he was on the Pirate Master and did actually really badly.
I don't know what that means.
It was like Survivor, but like pirate themed, basically.
Oh,
he was the second person. He was the second person eliminated.
If you don't say like a certain amount of quotas of yars per sentences, then you have to wear 2 eye patches.
It was actually really cool, but they canceled it on TV like halfway through. Like they did the whole season, and you could find all the episodes. But I thought it was really cool. I thought it was interesting.
Fair enough.
It's kind of neat.
They sailed around San Francisco Harbor on hovercrafts.
I particularly liked the dude who looked like he actually should have been in the Pirates of the Caribbean who was on the show. His name was Azimuth.
Nice, well done, good touch.
He was really good too. He was like this like skinny kind of like nerdy looking guy, but like nerdy looking pirate guy. And then, like, the physical challenges would come around, and he'd just be like, Azimuth is way out in front of everybody.
have Mr. underscore Ant1 in chat missing us boys, and we miss you too as well.
Oh, that's Anthony Willis.
Anthony, why are you not out here sprinting along next to these cars, sir?
Anthony Willis was still is a rising star within our community. And Anthony, I apologize. I was at one point informed why you're not sim racing at the moment, but I don't remember the specifics.
I believe he had to have his kneecaps rotated.
No, that's my reason.
Oh. Mine weren't rotated, it just came loose. Rather catastrophically.
I mean, there was some rotation involved in mine.
Well, I mean, it's because you didn't tap.
You're not wrong. Not wrong. Tap, guys. When you get caught in the cap slicer, guys, tap out. There is no shame. There's no shame.
Do a parody of Ain't Too Proud to Beg, but it's going to be Ain't Too Proud to Tap.
Ain't too proud to tap specifically to a cap slicer.
Please, baby, baby, please don't snap my leg.
I did get to watch the guy who applied said cast slicer grapple with Franco the other day. Franco's the dude who if you look at him up on the NFL Combine, you find him. And anytime anyone but me grapples with him, I watch with rapt appreciation of his handiwork.
Very nice.
By the way, Kuvovic's up in second place, so the hometown advantage does continue.
Mr. Anthony is away on family business and is stuck in the hellscape that is east of the Rockies.
Sir, no, there's a hellscape that does eventually end as you get further east. What you're confusing that with is the mountain time zone.
Indeed. It's a wasteland. It's like somebody took Mongolia and just erased the stuff that was good.
Oof.
Looks like the Kalahari Desert, but a bunch of cats had used it for a litter box.
Oh, did you see that the new Sambo world champion is it's a black guy?
Oh, cool.
That was interesting. He's from Cameroon.
Is he still named Igor?
No, it was I don't remember his name now. I just saw it passing through Twitter. He was the first non-Eurasian fighter to win the Sambo World Championships in history.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Those who do not know Sambo, it's a Russian martial art, although it is practiced pretty heavily in Mongolia. There's been Mongolian champions in it before, hence the Eurasian part. But yeah, predominantly it's been dominated by Mongolians, Russians, Ukrainians, former Soviet Union basically, and things on the border of the Soviet Union, where Sambo is big. So the fact that someone born in Africa and living in Africa won the World Championships is a pretty big deal.
But doesn't Cameroon have kind of a big judo background, though?
They do.
That's a good window in.
Yep. Well, that's why I assume what probably led him there was probably Nubian traditional wrestling. Actually, probably. That was intriguing and fun. Many, of course, famous MMA fighters are Sambo bassists. Fedor Emelianenko, Khabib Nurmagomedov, probably being the two biggest.
And of course, Kai Kara Friends.
No. Do not go watch Kai Kara France and think he knows anything about Sambo. Oh, magic!
Oh my goodness! Magical.
Kai Kara France, very good fighter, not Sambo fighter. Byron will entertain you guys for a little bit because I have to finish something related to the UFC here real quick.
My God. Mike's gonna make sure that everybody's gonna fight, so he's tasering people right in the butthole.
Right in the butthole, over and over.
Happy birthday to the ground! I'm not a part of your system. I haven't watched that in a while. That would be funny to watch again. I declare it future funny to be had. what is going on with y'all people, and I've used that term loosely in the chat. Let's have a conversation. How many turkeys have you consumed in the last 18 minutes? If it's less than 3, probably normal. If it's more than 3, respect. Mike, what spice blend would you use if you were making souvlaki out of an echidna?
Out of an echidna, you say? I mean, Montreal steak spice is always my go-to.
I mean, yeah, you can't really go wrong there.
If I don't have anything better or any other knowledge to contrary it, we go Montreal.
And then just dunk it in buffalo sauce, just in case.
Possibly. There is not a single fight that everyone is in agreement on, which is intriguing and
it's chaos. Michael, you should have posted this 3.5 days ago. What's wrong with you?
Well,
You're supposed to be the administrator.
I couldn't because there were people who hadn't got their picks in yet.
Well, then they have to do punishment. They have to do 83 push-ups per pick and not hand it in. Or something.
No, they just don't get to participate in that particular fight if they don't get their pick in.
Boring. They have to shave half an eyebrow.
No. I mean, I'm not gonna. These people live too far away for me to check on that, dude. Force that. Never threaten something you can. Never threaten something you're not willing to actually enforce.
I'm not willing to enforce any of it. I just, it's funny to think of these things in my head. Michael, what if I was to tell you that today we have one 20-minute and one 40-minute race, culminating with the Kumite?
Well, we don't have the Kumite part. The rest of it.
Kumite.
It's weird that we chose this one for the sprint race round because it's a long track. You can see it. It's a 1 minute 56-second lap here for pole position. So like a 2-minute lap rounded up. So that's a bit weird. You don't usually do sprint races on a 2-minute lap.
This would be more of a sauntering type race then.
You could say that.
Indeed I can, and did say that. In 2 weeks, no, wait a minute, do we have this correct? Oh no, I'm not reading it correctly. That is why. That in 2 weeks we'll be coming from the neurotoxin, right? And then you will have to pack a sandwich in December.
So the Zandvoort round should be pretty good, I think. I'm looking forward to that.
That's
it's a good track for these cars.
The grenades and stuff?
No.
Why not?
Although it is not far away from the D-Day landing fields, to be honest.
Very nice. There are 3 landmines buried in Zandvoort. We're not telling you where. And we're not telling you which lap they're activated on. Martin Edmonds currently going 322 quatloos per nanogram.
Martin Edmonds carrying a lot of ballast, of course. Second in the championship.
They just keep piping poutine into the trunk every lap.
Would be interesting.
Give me another 2 liters of poutine.
He needs more poutine.
To get one of those, like the big gas dispenser jugs that they got, but it's just filled with poutine. Mike, I'm in a weird spot in Red Dead Redemption 2. I have all of the challenges done, which my first couple playthroughs I barely did any of them, except for getting gear that it unlocks gear and it also unlocks stats. But I just didn't bother. This time around, I just wanted to do them all, and so I have, except for the Herbalist Challenge.
Okay.
Which I'm up to 8 out of 10. Or no, I'm on Herbalist 9 out of 10. And so to do that one, you have to pick one of each herb in the game. And the problem is that part of the map is locked away. You can't access it because you want it dead or alive, and by that it means dead. But there are ways and means to bamboozle the game, and so I'm at a point where the game has turned off my ability to collect like orchids and things because it's part of a side mission.
Okay.
And the game doesn't want you to do the side mission, and like doesn't want you to be able to auto-complete it. Like it wants you to like go out and really do some work. So at some point you've collected X number of whatever, and it just like turns off the spawning of new orchids. So no matter where you go, you can't find any. I'm at the point now where I can do a story mission, and halfway through the story mission, I can just take off and go explore the forbidden part of the map. But because basically all of the game just kind of turns off the lawman and the super hidden sniper that kills you if you go into enemy territory, because they're all focused in one area of the map, and that's where you're supposed to be doing your mission. And if you just leave halfway through, then the game just doesn't know what to do. But you can't save while you're down there because you're in the middle of a mission. So if you're going to do this, you have to go and do everything you want to do and then go complete the mission, which to my mind is kind of a lot. Like I did it before, and it took me like 3-4 hours to do all this stuff because while it does not unlock any herbs, none of that's active. The animals are active, and that means I can hunt all the weird animals that I can't do normally during the game, so that I can take them to the trapper, so that I can then unlock clothing and stuff that, again, couldn't access during the normal part of the game. So I want to get all that done. And then it'll unlock, after I'm done that mission, it will unlock that weird side mission to do with orchids. So the orchids will start blooming again. And then I can trick, I need to do another glitch by stealing a certain cart. It has to be a very specific model. And I go into the settings and change a few things to do with camera angle. And basically the super duper hidden sniper can't shoot through the cart to kill me. And so I can, if I maneuver correctly and I'm not an idiot, I can step in and out of the cart without the camera swinging up to show the sniper where I am. And I can go around and pick these last few little herbs to complete that part of the mission. And I've just kind of fucked my way into a corner, and frustrated with all of the dumb glitches I have to pull off in the next, I don't know, however long I want to keep playing the game for.
Fair enough.
Ridiculousness.
Quick qualifying rundown here as we hit about 11 minutes to go. Bertrand Barrier is the fastest man. Not a surprise. Barrier's quite quick. Very solid one-lap performer. Max Simmons, Christian Kubovic, second and third place. Martin Evans, Andrew D rounding off the top 5, and then the top 10 rounded off by Alexandre, Davidson, Kaschuk, Zizoglu, and Costa. Costa is the championship leader, carrying the most ballast. I didn't pull up the standings, but I shall do that now.
I'm a little surprised that Kurtochville is so far down in the standings.
It is a bit weird. He did take pole at Bruno, so to see him down in 17th place is a little shocking. Nope, moved up to 16th place. There you go. Making his way forward. Pretty tight grid, actually. 16 cars within 2 seconds of each other across a 2-minute lap. That's not bad at all. Championship standings coming into today. Antonio Costa leading the way with 200 points. He has a 14-point lead over Magic Kaschuk, who's in second. Martin Evans is down to third. I forgot that was the case. He's on 183, 3 points back at Kaschuk. Max Simmons, 176, 175 for Bertrand Barrier. And then it is Davidson, Kratachville, the top amateur ranked driver in 7th place. Jerome, Andy Darnell, and Rene Irmer, your top 10. Some surprising guys are a little bit further down. I mean, to be honest, a lot of these are because of attendance. They've missed a couple of key races. But Alphonse Chandre, that's a guy you're looking for to be something more. He's got 2 podiums to his name, and he's down in 11th place. And Andrew D is a guy who seems to be battling a little bit with up and downs in this car. Today he's up in 5th place. Hoping for good things.
What if I told you they're all going to end up in 3rd?
That would be impressive and slightly ridiculous.
They're coming around the corner. It's 30 cars wide. It's a photo finish. They all finish 3rd place somehow.
Oh, I'm being relayed information from our pit lane reporter.
Oh my God. Who is this mysterious individual?
Oh, okay. So apparently we got conspiracy and controversy here, Byron.
Got what now?
So it looks like the petrol head drivers are actually all trying to work together as a team to get the setup just right.
Ooh.
So we got a little bit of faction warfare.
Neat. Which one's Los Boricuas?
Probably Tugas, to be honest.
Los Boricuas, and there was DOA, and
Yeah,
what was
it was
the 3rd one?
Nation of Domination.
All right. Right. I don't know why I don't associate them with the faction warfare.
Yeah, they're the ones that were like the big faction that broke into the 3.
Yeah. I view Nation of Domination as being above that sort of thing.
They kind of were. I mean, like, the whole feud really was like, okay, how exactly are you going to make Los Boricuas with a bunch of guys that have not been in the WWE outside of Sabio Vega, like, a threat? And how are you going to meet a bunch of jobbers, liker-looking jobbers, into a threat in the DOA? Against a faction that has The Rock, Farouk, Mark Henry, D'Lo Brown.
And, of course, everybody's favorite, Norman Smiley.
Was he in the Nation? I don't think he was.
No, he wasn't in the Nation of Domination. He was never in the WWE.
That's true. That's true.
You on drugs.
Sir, it's been a long time.
Everybody knows.
Norman Smiley's done a lot of things.
Everybody knows it was Ernest the Cat Miller.
Clarence Mason is their manager. I remember that.
Should have been Mr. Hughes.
Sort of doing a lawyer style, like he was kind of like a lawyer gimmick.
You mean like Tommaso Ciampa?
Is Ciampa doing a lawyer? That would be
weird.
weird.
Little known fact that I found out like a couple weeks ago, and I don't remember this at all, but apparently they had Ciampa come in. He was an indie wrestler at the time, and they did some kind of spot where I don't remember what was going on, but he had to come in and like as a lawyer and read some like legally type stuff to Undertaker in the middle of the ring, and then Undertaker like gave him the choke slam and the tombstone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, that's a poor casting choice.
Yeah, I saw Ciampa.
Ciampa.
Well, at the time he was clean shaven, had jaw length hair. He looked pretty clean cut, and they actually I think it was in like early NXT at the time or something like that. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Or FCW, I think is what it was. And like halfway through this, he tells us like long, complicated bullshit about having to come in, and then they test him out, and he tests pretty good, and then he has to go read for Vince, and then he has to go. They got to practice all. Like, then he's got to read in front of Taker, and then they got to do it in the ring. And like halfway through, he's like, "Why didn't you just hire an actor?" Like, what the fuck?
Does seem very needlessly complicated.
But I guess an actor wouldn't be able to take the bump.
That largely is the problem. You need someone who can take a bump. That's why the security is always like, It's why if you really look closely at like all the security brawls in WWE history, you're like, hey, isn't that?
Years later, you will recognize this man's.
Or my personal favorite was CM Punk being one of John Cena's gangsters.
Oh yeah.
We also have some medical reports to go through here. So apparently, Martin Edmonds is racing with a brace today, so he is not 100%.
A brace of jugs of poutine.
We also, of course, have the return of James Boutelier.
Oh my God, the necro lives.
Place. And also, we have not seen Adam Komorowski in a while, and he is in the field today.
I believe that's because he has been in prison.
No, we don't.
Probably not.
No. Sir, he is not Bertrand Gachot.
The ESR would like to state for the fact that none of the facts that I say are actually facts.
He's not Bertrand Gachot, sir.
But I don't know who that is.
Bertrand Gachot is the driver who allowed Michael Schumacher to get his F1 debut by spraying a taxi cab driver in the face with CS gas.
Why the fuck would you do that?
He got into a brawl with him, and apparently CS gas is legal where he's from, and it's not in the UK, so yeah, he ended up in jail. And for the 1991 Belgian Grand Prix, Michael Schumacher took over his car.
What a dummy.
So, in a weird roundabout way, Bertrand Gachot is why Michael Schumacher got a Formula One chance.
Insert Godfather smacking Bertrand around. You're gonna have to.
Actually, to be honest, Bertrand Gachot is like the master of weird trivia in F1 history because number one, him and Roberto Moreno have raced for the most like absolutely doomed teams in history. And number two, Bertrand Gachot is like the only F1 driver who's raced under like 4 different flags.
Very nice. All of them Liberia.
He raced under the European Union at one point. He's raced under. Hang on. Let me just pull up Wikipedia.
I believe he races exclusively for Bhutan.
Oh, no, sir. Bertrand Gachot does not do anything exclusively. There is zero exclusivity. Belgian, French, Luxembourg, and Europe. There you go. Those are the 4 flags he's raced under.
Dang.
He was born in Luxembourg. Raced in F1 for Onyx, failed team. Real, failed team. Coloni, failed team. Lola, failed team. Larousse, failed team. And Pacific, failed team.
Dang.
An absolutely miserable F1 career by any, like, statistical, meaning.
But apparently he really likes the gas.
Wasn't a bad driver, actually. I mean, if you look at him against his teammates, he was always, like, perfectly fine. He was perfectly serviceable. All right, we're getting towards the end here. Minute 30 left. Bertrand Barrier still on the pole position, but by less than a tenth of a second over Max Simmons and Christian Kubovic. Let's see if Simmons is on track here. Let's keep an eye on the black car. Doesn't look like he's on a timed lap. About Kubovic. Kubovic is. We'll stick with him for a little bit here. The hometown boy. Martin Edmonds, Andrew D, Alfonso Alexandre, Steve Davidson, Fotis Zoglu, Yuri Kartachville's up to 9th place, so he listened to you, Byron, and was like, I'm going to get up in top 10. Byron's doubting me. And Magic Kashchuk in 10th.
If you're not 9th, you're last.
Oh, no!
Oh, boy.
Kubovic is
Oh, that's a good idea.
Front start is over. Power slide out there.
I like the power slide. Power slide is good.
Won't be able to get another lap time in. Let's see what Max is up to. Still not on a timed lap.
Why not?
Well, when you come out of the pits, you're not on a timed lap right away because obviously you're not doing the lap. You're not crossing the start-finish line appropriately.
Why not?
Oh, and we're apparently ending early. Barrier will be on the pole ahead of Max Simmons, Christian Kubovic, Martin Edmonds on row 2, row 3, Andrew D and Alfonso Alexandre, row 4, Steve Davidson and Fotis Zoglu. I apologize again to Alfonso Alexandre. I keep putting an L in his first name, and it's not going to stop. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, his name actually is Antonio.
Yuri Kartachville, Magic Kashchuk, row 5, Javier Vega and Antonio Costa on row 6. James Butler, Adam Komorowski, row 7, the return row, if you will. Andy Darnell and Mauricio Delgado, row 8. Raul Valoria, Adam Stewart, row 9. And on row 10, Timo Reiter and Ricardo Costa. Reiter. It's another name I have a hard time with for reasons I cannot fully comprehend.
Maybe you should write that down.
That wouldn't help me. I wouldn't look at it.
Perhaps you should read that up.
I know. Well, okay. I know why I keep adding the ER to writer's name and making it writerer. There's a hockey player that has that name. That is the problem.
You leave Nino Niederreiter out of this.
Nino Niederreiter is awesome.
You kids and your strange brand of autism. Which is slightly different than my strange brand of autism.
Thank you for pointing that out.
By God, that's Max Simmons music. He's got buckets of ice water and he's cooling off everybody's tires.
That'd be interesting. Also, are you excited for your Discord 2 matchup, sir?
Maybe.
You've got the Anderson Prophet.
Oh, very nice.
He gonna try and wrestle you.
He ain't gonna work. I'm gonna keep kicking him in the face. I'm gonna use that as a jab.
I think low key that might actually be one of the more dangerous matchups for you.
Yeah.
He's got an actual deep technical skill set in one area.
My game plan will be to circle away from his power, jab the shit out of him, eventually beat him to death, and after he's exhausted trying to shoot in on my legs, I will make orphans of his family.
Looking forward to all 4 heavyweight GP matchups on that card. Although I do think the best fight will be the bantamweight bout between Mihai Lapicus and Drew Christelis, the Heliocopter.
Good old Andrew Cruncherelli.
Now you've just combined 2 different people to one person.
Right. Can't prove that they weren't the same person the whole time.
I mean, it was a very elaborate deception. So.
3-card Monty, nay 5-card Monty.
Because, like, one has bass in their voice and the other one was a complete squeaker.
Voice changes are available.
Although I spoke with Crunchyrelli not too long ago. He's got bass now. He's no longer a squeaks.
Very nice.
He's become a standard adult human. Grid forming up for the race, or about race 1.
Race 2. We're gonna do race 2 first, followed by race 3. What did that announcer guy say about Yao Ming?
Hey, you, there you go. Somebody was taking their sweet time getting on the grid.
Weren't me. I've been here the whole time.
Looks like Ricardo Costa is starting in the pit lane. So either he hit drive really late or he is elected to... Okay, there he goes rolling. All right. He's here. He's just starting. Max Simmons, by the way, with a good start. He has taken the lead over Bertrand Barrier. Starts in these cars are very, very difficult. We've noticed this. A lot of people... There are guys who definitively... Oh, no. Ricardo gets disqualified for speeding in the pit lane, and James Butler is out. We've lost 2 cars already. Butler is just at the side of the road. He theoretically could keep going. I don't know what's up with that. Of course, James Butler racing with a notably, well, effed up neck. So maybe he got in the race and realized the neck was just not, that this was not a thing that should happen. Maybe. Steve Davidson going side by side with Javier Vega. Who's our big climbers at the start? I am going to bet on Andy Darnell because he's a big climber every single time. And +5 for Vega, Komorowski, and Raul Valoria. Your 3 big starters. Vega off the track now, though. If you guys saw Vega go off the track and I didn't, I'm sorry, I was looking at the timing board.
He's drunk.
It's nothing to do with being drunk here. I'm having to do all of the multitasking here. Martin Edmonds back into 15th place, battling with Timo Ryder. Adam Stewart also moving through there. There's your championship leader, Antonio Costa, P8 at the moment. He is up 4 spots, having started the race on row 6 and up at the top 10 now. Fotis Zoglu ahead of him, Andy Darnell in behind. Darnell, by the way, up 6 spots. And we're used to that. Andy Darnell has been... I've been assisting with the stewarding of this series, of course, so I've been watching Andy Darnell starts and just watching him pass like 4 or 5 cars every single time. If there's one man you should talk to about getting these Pragas to fly off the start-finish line, it is Andy Darnell.
He's past another guy. There. Oh my God.
Komorowski looking good in his return, moving up into 9th place ahead of Antonio Costa. Alfonso Chandre on the tail of Christian Kubovic. Portuguese driver trying to overtake the hometown kid. And ooh, it got physical. Alexandre got pushed off there. I wonder if that'll end up in the stewards room.
I don't know, are you going to stooge him out to the stewards?
No.
That's a joke, steward boy.
I am not the steward, Jack is.
Oh, like
I am merely the video producer for this one.
Have you ever in the past stewarded?
Yes.
Guilty.
But our stewarding sessions when I'm working with Jack kind of go like this. It's like, it's just Jack going, that's a tier 2 penalty. I'm like, why? Because it's a tier 2 penalty.
There are reasons for his madness. Some of them may be hereditary.
It's kind of hard to give input to the guy who literally wrote the rules for our community in terms of what's a penalty.
Mangle, you should have been here yesterday, possibly for the last time this year. I fired up this motor. I put on so many goddamn sausages.
Nope. Kubovic looking down the inside of Andrew D, looking for 3rd place. Can he get it?
Maybe.
I think he can. I think he's got it. He does. Christian Kubovic. The Slovak is battling for a podium. Andrew D also lost out to Alfonso Alexandre. Alexandre is on the charge. Well, Valori picking up a track limit penalty.
Alfonso Alejandro Alexandre.
I actually did race against a guy named Alejandro Estrada at one point. He did not appreciate my jokes. Moving fast, Chris.
Would have mentioned that.
Good job by Kubovic to save that one. Martin Edmonds trying to make his way back through the field, having dropped back 10 places to 14th spot. He will be moving up past Mauricio Delgado there, and Javier Vega trying to come with. Adam Komorowski battling with Andy Darnell over 7th place, and somebody is going very slow. Who's that dropping back? That would appear to be Yuri Kratachville, who had a bit of a problem there. Adam Komorowski down the inside of Andy Darnell, turns into the outside. Darnell gets it back. Steve Davidson and Antonio Costa right on their tail. So who's up in 6th place? Steve Dave! Oh, Chandra off track.
Nudging.
There he is. In the gravel trap. Wonder what happened there. He'll drop out of the top 10.
Every time that happens, somebody should play Gravel Pit by Wu-Tang. As we go.
Steve Davidson falling back a little bit. Raul Valoria now up into the top 10. And Adam Komorowski moves into 6th place as Darnell goes very wide. And Costa looking to go through as well. And he... Oh, that was a hip check by Costa. And a half.
We have a report from the sidelines. Mr. Josiah Jerome was actually at a real track event and lost track of time. And that's why he's not racing.
That's perfectly understandable.
I don't know. Real life? Gross. There are people out there.
These things. It happens.
There are people out there, and they are the worst.
Yuri Kretachville looking to make a move on Steve Davidson. But for the time being, Davidson shuts the door. And in fact, Kretachville now under pressure from Mauricio Delgado. I don't know what happened there. Andy Darnell going very wide for reasons I can't fully understand. Cass chucks off the track. Adam Komorowski side-by-side action with Antonio Costa over 6th place. Costa will not get it this time. Edmonds up in the top 10, displacing Andy Darnell, and big spin there for Steve Davidson in the number 84 car. Big spin. I will say the ballast here should be a pretty big deal. There's a lot of long straights here. By the way, Byron, did you know this is the racetrack you did your first ever commentary that didn't involve me?
Oh, really?
It was you and Travis Wells.
Wallace? Who the fuck is Wallace? Where the fuck is Wallace?
I forget why it was unavailable.
I believe jail. Possibly not jail.
I might have been racing in it. That might have been it. We were doing the live thing.
Yeah, I think that probably was it.
I do remember specifically that this is your cherry popping track.
I'd done commentary before.
Yes, but never without me.
Well, I mean, that almost goes both ways.
I'm trying to remember who was my partner for my first ever commentary. It wasn't for ESR, it was for Presto GP back in the day. I
was gonna say for ESR you didn't have one. That's why you got me to do the second one.
Yeah, might be. I think it was Tim Brookings who was my original partner.
Sounds posh.
He really wasn't actually. He had a Cockney accent and everything. It was very foul mouthed.
I say, Brookings, pull the car out.
I'm pretty sure pretty sure it was more like, oh my God, it's Tim Brookings with a chair.
Blimey.
It was him or Josh Glassmaker, my original partners. I can't remember who was first. I preferred working with Josh, but that was more or less just a time zone thing. If I wanted to do anything with Tim, I had to get up early in the frickin' AM.
Gross. Nothing good ever happens before 12 p.m. Except maybe breakfast.
And he would always just be like, you sound tired. I'm like, it's 4 in the morning. Andy Darnell making his way back in 9th place. That is overtaking Raul Valoria. Valoria coming back at him on the inside, though. Nice little switchback by the Spaniard, and he retains the position. Martin Edmonds is ahead of them, and behind them, it is Javier Vega. in the very Lotus-inspired racing livery.
I can feel it. I'll be in the air tonight.
Matt Simmons and Bertrand Barrier have very much gotten away from the rest of the field. They're in a class of their own, but third place is up for grabs between Tweed, D, and Kukovic. By the way, photos to Zoglu, big shout out. We haven't said a lot of his name, but he's in 5th place. As Raul Valoria goes off the track. And Mauricio Delgado battling with Alfonso Alexandre there as Valoria rejoins. I like that livery, actually. It's probably my favorite one.
I prefer the watermelon bubblegum one that nobody picked.
That doesn't exist.
Can't prove that.
I can! There's a whole webpage of all the available liveries.
Fine, whatever you people, your logical reality.
On board with Christian Kukovic and Adam Stewart having some problems. Kukovic on the tail of Andrew D, looking for that final podium spot. And he will get down the inside. By the way, Zoglu is in the background. He's looking hungrily at this battle as D gets the switchback. They're in the same livery, but to my knowledge, there are no teams to speak of. Martin Evans spinning off the track. Championship contender losing out on some valuable points. We've also lost Steve Davidson.
No, Steve Dave.
Dropping us down to 17 running cars here today. Kukovic looking down the inside of D, and D again says, nope, I'm going to shut that door. Alexandre picking up a spot over Vega. Mauricio Delgado, by the way, up in the top 10. Nice.
Excellent.
Go Mauricio. I think it's a top 12 reverse grid for race 2, so that'll be interesting. Would put Darnell would have Darnell, the king of fast starts, on pole position for the second race. That'll be interesting. If I am correct in remembering that. Let me see if I can confirm here.
Confirm or deny. There is no something. Confirm or confirm not. There is no deny.
Reverse 10, reverse 8. Okay, so pole would right now be Alfonso Alexandre. But Javier Vega would like to get a piece of that. The Spanish-Portuguese rivalry continuing strong.
Can't we all just get along and eat very spicy food?
Yes. Bertrand Barrier on the tail of Max Simmons, trying to get into a possible overtake position. Has Barrier taken a win this season? No, he's actually had one podium. So, season of slightly underperforming for Barrier. Simmons will maintain the lead. Simmons, of course, a 3-time winner this season. Taking wins at Raceroom, Red Bull Ring, and Brno.
And every single time he's been the first to pit.
Oh, hell no. Javier Vega still on the trail of Alfonso Alexandre. And there is Barrier still hunting the leader. On board with the Frenchman as he chases victory. There's only one podium this season that was raced to at the Sachsenring, and Alexandre loses control. And that will cost him reverse grid pole, I think. Vega goes through, Delgado goes through, Cartachville goes through, dropping Alexandre to 11th.
Mauricio gonna win.
I'm not sure if I would go that far, but Mauricio's having his best day of the season.
How dare you, sir? Mauricio gonna win.
Let's see here. Mauricio Delgado has no... Oh, no! Kubovic! The hometown kid spins!
Pull it backwards out of the traffic.
That's a bit of a dangerous rejoin there, I'm going to be honest, but he had the room. He had the room to make it happen. That'll probably secure the podium for D. Zizoglu, Komorowski, and Costa all picking up the spot. Delgado's best result this season is a 12th place at the Sachsenring. So, a 9th place would be a big deal today. Kubovic under pressure from Vega. And Max Simmons retaining the lead once again. Barrier is hungry. Barrier is a very aggressive driver. And I imagine this is going to go down to the wire. Because he doesn't know the meaning of settling for second.
Oh my God, what the hell?
Yuri Kretachville and Alfonso Alexandre having what I can only describe as a latency issue.
That is... The rage has consumed them.
That was some net code. That's sadly that's the loveliness of net code sometimes.
Would that be the red thirst or the black rage?
Red thirst,
perhaps.
We actually had that happen. Martin Edmonds got away with what was obviously contact on the first lap of BRNO because the net code. We looked at his replay, we looked at Andrew D's replay, and both of them had no contact on them. But Josiah Jerome's car clearly thought it was hit. Clearly believed there was contact. Sometimes the latency cannot be your friend.
Sometimes when we touch, the latency is too much.
Although to be honest, it's kind of remarkable that sim racing works as well as it does. I mean, you and I, of course, World of Tanks players and so on. We've experienced heavy latency on just like playing World of Tanks on professionally maintained servers in like Europe. It's terrible. Yet somehow sim racing actually, does a pretty good job of allowing this to happen. Alexandre's car, I think, is somewhat terminally damaged, so he'll probably take 17th home today. Bertrand Barrier looking for the move. He does not quite get... Oh, maybe. No. Hanging on. Max Simmons still in the lead, looking for win number 4. And there's Christian Kubovic battling with Vega. Right now, they would be the front row of race 2. Whoever gets that 7th place, ironically, will start behind the other one, Alexandre, rolling down the hill. So the reverse grid would be Kubovic, Vega, Costa, Komorowski, Zizoglu, D, Barrier, and Simmons.
And Mike Stoffman.
Mike Stoffmill out of nowhere.
By God.
RKO out of nowhere. Martin Edmonds with a spin. Not a good day for Martin Edmonds as a championship contender. Nor for Magic Kashchuk, so it's a very good day for your championship leader, Antonio Costa. 6th place for him probably doesn't feel amazing, but his main rivals are kind of nowhere. Adam Stewart with a spin. So Simmons with the lead, entering what has to be the final lap. As Barrier still looking for a way past. And there they are, side by side. Simmons will have the inside line. And for now, will keep the lead. Bertrand Barrier trying to find a way past the Barrier to victory. Andrew D looking pretty competent in 3rd place, although Fotis Zoglu not out of the question. And Antonio Costa is on the tail of Komorowski for 5th place. Also, a very key fight is actually that fight for 12th place between Kazchuk and Edmonds, being that they are battling over 2nd in the championship.
And the winner gets a rubber chicken.
Although I think they'll fall to 3rd in the championship today, because Simmons should jump up pretty high with this victory, if he hangs on to it. Bertrand Barria picks up a slowdown penalty, and I think that ends his quest for victory. Simmons has now got himself about a 2nd lead, and the Fanatec car may bring it home.
We have another report from the sidelines. Apparently, James Butler had a technical issue. His Oculus suddenly decided it needed him to do shit with his controller. And he has no idea where it is because you never need the controller for anything.
Max Simmons is your winner. Follow home by Bertrand Barria and Andrew D. Fotis Zoglu with an amazing 4th place effort. Kudos to the Greek. Adam Komorowski in his return hangs on to 5th place ahead of championship leader Antonio Costa. Javier Vega in 7th. Christian Kubovics gets 8th. The hometown kid will start race 2 from pole. Mauricio Delgado with his first top 10 in 9th place ahead of Yuri Kratacheville. Andy Darnell. Martin Edmonds finishes in 12th place ahead of Magic Kazchuk. Raul Valoria, Timo Ryder, Adam Stewart are your other finishers. And Alexandre was apparently classified at the end, so he will get a 17th place finish, despite being lapped.
Max Simmons disqualified for not having pitted.
We lost Steve Davidson to a spin. We lost James Butler to technical failures, and a black flag took out Ricardo Costa for speeding in the pit lane. Race 2, we'll see Kubovic start from pole ahead of Vega, Costa, Komorowski, Zoglu, D, Barrier, and Simmons, and everybody else will start where they finished. Aside from possibly Costa, who may get a spot if Butler had to leave the server.
I believe they have had to take Butler out behind the shed and remove his neck.
Well, if he left the server, he just won't be participating in race number 2. So that would promote everyone behind him a spot. Ooh, I do really like that Fanatec V3 wheel. That looks fun. All right, as per usual, we'll wait for the server to cross over to race or warm up, and we will rejoin.
No, never.
So, Byron, you got anything to tell the people while we wait?
My cat has learned how to make biscuits. The problem is, he only does it like the hour leading up to food time, and he's not gentle. Like, my arm is shredded. It's covered in scabs. It looks like I'm the dumbest heroin user in the world. It's it's not a fantastic situation. And please send help. Sometimes when we rejoin, the server gets a kick in the groin.
There's an episode of Lower Decks that came out recently with a creature called the Moopsie, which is just like this ball of fluff that literally drinks bones.
Neat.
It feels like it is the Goose's Star Trek comparison. It's like, it's so cute. Do not let the Moopsie out. It drinks bones. Good God, taking a while to get that session swapped.
I'm gonna go ahead and blame Martin.
I
For
mean,
no other reason than I can.
technically true. Hey, we're going in.
No. Oh, good. We're starting out with the audio error.
I don't know why we're in practice.
Talk about practice. Not to game.
There also is no one in here. Okay, there we are. There we are. And yep, we've got the lovely choppy audio glitch. You guys are lucky that you do not get that the audio chop that Parsec gives us, because oh my God, is it driving me insane? Dear Parsec people, why do you keep screwing things up? We got the audio chop thing, and they also took our ability to use TeamSpeak away because it wouldn't only broadcast one audio device.
Correct.
That's why we have to use Discord now, which is slightly lower audio quality. We lost two drivers due to wife-related aggro. That's fun.
Indeed.
Scott Nick and Vic Vega.
Scottnick.race.
.race.watch.
Indeed. Should we be throwing that up?
He didn't ask us to.
He didn't not ask us to.
We could do that. We'll do that at the end.
That is fair.
Show him some love. Mostly because the Parsec will try to eat my mouse at that point, and I may not be able to get it back.
Good old parsnip.
Right, here we go. 17 cars taken to the track here for race number 2. Vega leads us from pole. Costa's second. Interesting. I thought we were supposed to have Kupovic. Did we lose Kupovic? I don't see a Slovakian flag. I think we did.
I think Google Blitz got blitzkrieged.
We did lose Kupovic. Okay. Well, down to 17 cars. Meantime, Adam Komorowski to the front. Gets a little bit wide, and Javier Vega slides down the inside. Fotis Zoglu would love to get a shot there, as well as Bertrand Barrier. And Max Simmons up to third place. He's had a phenomenal start. Up 6 spots. 8 spots for Alexandre. Adam Komarowski on board.
Oh, Lord. Weeble wobble. Wibbly. Oh, boy.
Zoglu ends up getting spun out.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. The carnage. The carnage.
I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to rejoin.
No, it's not. Zoglu, Costa, and Adam Stewart all taking significant issues there. On board with Yuri. Well, we were briefly on board with Yuri Kachachvili. Anyways, we'll pick up Max Simmons. He is in second place behind Vega. Barrier's up into third. Komarowski fourth. D fifth, and Alexandre sixth. Then it's Kachachvili, Kazchuk, Valoria, and Delgado. Kazchuk going side by side with Andrew D, and he wins out this battle. And that might also allow Valoria through. On board with Andrew D, he's got the inside line. Should be able to retain 8th place. Max Simmons to the front.
Shocker. I don't know how he does it. He basically exists in the pit lane all race and then suddenly goes to the front. That Simmons kid is weird.
Oh, somebody is very off there. It is Raul Valoria rejoining. Antonio Costa, the championship leader, overtakes Adam Stewart for 15th place. And then Valoria for 14th. Steve Davidson up at 12th, ahead of Andy Darnell. And that's Alexandre spinning out. His bad luck continues. Delgado also off.
I believe possibly they shouldn't be using the tires made directly out of lamp race.
That would be a good idea. Up front, Javier Vega is not giving Max Simmons an easy time of it. Barry in the mix is Delgado goes off again to the gravel. Andy Darnell looking to get it up to the top 10. So does Simmons leading for Bertrand Barrier. They have returned to the front for a round 2. Vega, Komarowski, and Kratachvili, your top 5, followed by D, Kazchuk, Evans, Ryder in the top 10, and Davidson. Your big climber is Steve Davidson, who is up from dead last to 10th place. On board with Frenchman Bertrand Barrier before swapping over to Steve Davidson, who is looking to get around the outside of Ryder. Does not work on this occasion. And in the background, Andy Darnell and Alexandre squabbling over 11th place. Inside line for Davidson. He gives Ryder a little bit of a shove and takes the position. Big wide line there from Valoria, or pardon me, Darnell. And that should let Alexandre through. Surprised that wasn't a track cut penalty for Darnell, but he ends up getting caught out in a very slow Ryder and ends up losing the spot anyways. Max Simmons to the front, having started in 9th place, and he's up into the lead. Fonza Alexandre on the tail of Ryder, looking for 10th place. Delgado off the track again, as well as Kazchuk.
Was it Carlos Delgado?
No, that's Mauricio Delgado.
Ah, Mauricio. I had myself some charcuterie last week.
Timo Ryder getting slid back in the field. He doesn't usually have top 10 pace, but he's not happy about it. Flash the headlights. A little side-by-side door banging with Darnell, and Darnell goes off the track. Bertrand Barrier in second place. And Adam Stewart moving up a spot to overtake Darnell.
That darn Darnell and his darn heck of darness.
Big fan of Andy Darnell. We had a great battle at Brands Hatch that one round.
You kids are always trying to grease me up about Brendan's hatchway.
I think, don't you like Brands Hatch? Usually tends to be a little bit of carnage heavy.
I couldn't tell you.
Probably particularly love the Paddock Hill Bend turn because that is incredibly difficult. As Adam Stewart loses the spot to Andy Darnell.
You got a pentakill?
Paddock Hill Bend is the opening corner for Brands Hatch, and it's off-camber hill turn. So it's very, very hard, and people really want to go side by side through it.
Ah!
And it tends to be a disastrous result, which you usually love.
I do enjoy things.
Trying to think of tracks you generally enjoy, and I feel like Brands Hatch is one of them. Bathurst, of course, another one.
The only track anybody really likes is that one that NASCAR does when they just go around to left.
Ah, the ovals. I mean, the short oval, I feel like, is a track that is absolutely born for you, sir.
Need to put F1 cars.
Just need to watch, like, some Bristol highlights for you.
Put F1 cars on a circular track that's only 500 meters in diameter. Go.
On board with Barrier, tries to track down Max Simmons. They had a race-long fight last time out. And in the end of the day, Simmons took the victory. So we'll see if Barrier can reverse the fortunes this time. Starting to drop Vega, but he's still there. He's still there. See what he can do.
What if we took some F1 cars and just drove them inside the large hadron collider?
Be interesting. Steve Davidson in 9th place, trying to move up past Magic Kashchuk, and he will. That's a long-term rivalry that's been going through multiple series. Got a little bit of control there on the exit, though. But he does have the inside line here. And he will get the spot ahead of Kashchuk with Alfonso Alchandre hunting them down in the number 4 car. Down the inside, trying to make the overtake stick, and I think he will because it's the inside line coming up. Adam Stewart, by the way, off the track, and sliding into last place. He has had a hard time with this track, I can fairly say. Bertrand Barrier still trailing. The race leader.
What if they were trailing the entire race?
That would be unfortunate. Parsec again, eating my mouse, which you guys did not see, but Byron did.
Quite frankly, sir, I think you just haven't finished for rodents.
You're Kratachville on the tail of Andrew D, looking to move up into the top 5. Antonio Costa picking up a track limit abuse penalty. He's having a rough day. I think today may be the day that oh Lord, Kratachville hits D and they both lose it. D is looking like he came off the worst there. His car is floating into the gravel trap.
I'm sorry, you were about to sing Wonderwall?
So this may be the final day
day.
of Costa's championship lead. Because he came into today with a
right.
less than 20-point lead. And if Max Simmons pulls off the double win, I think he will overtake him. Although somehow Andrew D's car appears to be okay. It got airborne, so I'm surprised at that. Actually managed to overtake Alexandre for 8th place. Not for long, Alexandre moves back through. Antonio Costa overtakes Timo Ryder for 11th place. So we are okay. We're not. We're a little over a quarter distance into the race. Simmons leading from Vega, Komorowski, Kratachville, Edmonds, Barrier. Barrier must have made a mistake that we didn't see because he's back in 6th place now. Davidson, Alexandre, D, and Kaschuk as D, far from giving up after that hard contact, is on the comeback trail, taking 8th place away from Alexandre again.
What is he, the fucking blood angels?
It has the thirst.
Yoink.
Hanging on against Alexandre for now. I do wonder if Alexandre might be better served just letting D do his thing, though, because D finished on the podium in race 1. He's got good pace. If Alexandre wants to make his way through the field, and he should, following D through might not be a horrible idea. By the way, the Parsec audio thing finally cleared up for me. Did it clear for you?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. It would be a hell of a story, though, if Komorowski hangs onto this podium. His return after a couple of months away, and the man is looking better than ever. Quick, Byron, your favorite Slovakian hockey player?
Zdeno Chara.
Good choice, good choice.
Is he Slovakian? I can't remember.
He is.
Awesome. I'd have to see a list of Slovakian hockey players to pick a definitive one, but
I mean, my answer is always Ziggy Palffy.
that's a fair and short answer. Ziggy Palffy's about 3'2". Ziggy Palffy's about 3 times the size of the puck. And therefore, you know.
I think Palffy's fairly big, actually.
I don't think so. I think Palffy's like 5'6".
Mm. 5'10".
5'10", that's a lie. 5'10" with skates on. And skate guards.
The most successful Slovakian player of all time, in terms of points scored, is actually Peter Stastny.
Not shocked. What about Peter Spavoda?
No, he's Czech.
Did you check on that?
Oh, your boy. No, okay, no. I have your favorite. I have your favorite right here. Number 6 on the all-time Slovakian scoring list. From your Buffalo Sabres, Miroslav Chicane.
Hey. Hail Chicane.
Pretty good group of forwards, actually, for Slovakia. Stasny, Marian Hossa, Peter Bondra, Marian Gabrick, Pavel Dimitra, Chicane, Palfi, Josef Stumpel, Anton Stasny,
Stan motherfucking Mikita.
Michael Hanzus, and your top defensive pairing would be, well, Zdeno Chara and Ludimir Vishnowski.
Zdeno Chara played for my hometown team before moving on to the NHL, therefore superior to all players.
I believe he's fully a solid guy.
There's one story where this dude got uppity, and Chara was known for just obliterating people in fights. And this dude got lippy up in his face. Chara reached out, or dropped him, reached out, grabbed the guy by the scruff of the neck, or basically by his jersey collar, hoisted him up, and one-punched him, and let him drop.
Ryder and Valoria got real close there and almost wound up with a mounting situation.
I was not there, but a friend was, and he told me, so I believed him.
There are 5 Slovakian goalies in the history of the NHL, for the record.
All of them are Zdeno Chara.
The best of them is Yaroslav Halak.
Yes.
Peter Budaj.
Oh, yeah.
And the third most successful is one that I personally am a little confused why he wasn't better in the NHL. Jan Lasek. I saw him in the juniors for Slovakia. He was incredible, but like apparently only ever played 6 games in the NHL.
Huh. I know.
Him and like Al Montoya are like the 2 like junior goalies that I was like entirely sure would be like Vezina winners someday, and they just never worked. Just never happened.
Maybe they should have studied harder.
The other 2, I honestly actually don't know. I don't recognize his names. Radislav Stana and Adam Huska.
Sounds familiar.
They played a combined 7 games, so I don't know.
Maybe there's somebody else with a similar name.
Other notables include Richard Zednik, famous for getting hit with a skate.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Schleva. And Andre Mazaros.
What about Radek Bonk?
Javier Vega with a spin out. Still second place, but losing a lot of advantage. Bonk was Czech, I do believe.
Oh, fair enough. No way. I'm like, there's no way Palfi was 5'10". I don't believe it.
For the record, your top 5 scoring Czech Republic players of all time: Jaromir Jagr, no freaking surprise, Valoria off the track in. Patrick Eliash, number 2. Jakub Voracek, number 3. Milan Hajduk, and David Krejci. Can confirm Radek Bonk is a Czech player, and he is the 25th highest scoring Czech player of all time.
I am not sure.
Steve Davidson in 7th place on the tail of, pardon me, that's Andrew D trying to make a move on him, but he's on the tail of Bertrand Barrier. Barrier in race 2 doesn't seem to really have the pace. I know he was up in 3rd place, 2nd place at one point, and then fell back, presumably for a spin that we didn't see, but his pace has not been very good. Putting up 58.2s right now. For comparison purposes, he was on low 57s last race, so that is interesting. Now, Chicane in 10th place, trying to make up some ground in the championship, but Antonio Costa is doing a good job of limiting his ability to do so. He's up in 11th. Fluffy Jerome in chat saying he missed the race. We know.
We are aware. And we are.
Steve Davidson up the inside of Barrier. He makes the overtake happen. And D might also get through. Steve Davidson's got something to prove, it seems, after his DNF in race 1. He's looking quick. Max Simmons, in the meantime, leads by about 10 seconds.
What do you think, Mike? Is the over chicken going to overtake Gretzky for most goals? He's got to score like 70 more, 72 more.
Probably. I think he will.
He's already played for like 22 years.
He's still good.
You're not wrong.
Still good and still seems to have passion for the game, which is key.
You are not wrong at all.
And he's a better goal scorer than Gretzky.
Possibly.
But to me, the impressiveness of Gretzky wasn't so much the goal scoring. Don't get me wrong, fantastic goal scorer. You don't become the career leader in such a thing by accident. But what really made Gretzky the danger he was the playmaking.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would say Gretzky. Well, he got hurt a couple years here and there. Yeah, towards the end it kind of dropped off, but he's still 20 goals a year dude.
Oh yeah.
Up until right near the end.
Kazchuk making the move, and in 10th place.
Yeah, I would say that over Ovechkin, probably a more consistent goal scorer.
Let's also just look at his goals. Ovechkin, there's no way to stop Ovechkin from scoring, essentially. Whereas I think if you were to just stop Gretzky from scoring, you could actually hold him down. It's just that he would be getting assists out all the yin-yang.
Oh yeah, they'd just lead. You'd be focused on him, and they'd win anyway because he's dished out like 4 goals.
Man made a 30-goal score out of Dave Semenko. No said. Antonio Costa trying to get up into the top 10. Ooh! Fluffy Jerome ended up vomiting as a passenger in a Camaro at the track day. All right. Well, that sounds like a perfectly good reason to miss the race, Mr. Jerome. Costa in 11th place. Sorry I could not talk Jack into giving Martin a penalty for you, by the way, Josiah. Got Kazchuk on the tail of Bertrand Barrier for 9th place. Barrier is just not doing well right now. I don't know what's up. Just falling back. We haven't seen him take a big hit or anything. There's no damage showing on the spectator mode, but he just lost out on 9th place to Kazchuk and 10th to Costa. Like nothing. So, championship leader back in the top 10. Simmons leading from Vega, Komorowski, Kuchachvili, Edmonds in the top 5. Davidson having a great day. Andrew D, after going airborne, still running in 7th. Alexandre, Kazchuk, and Costa in the top 10 as Raul Valoria loses a spot there to Timo Ryder. Nope. And almost ends up taking out Fotis Suzuki.
Nagel, how many Matt Sundins does it take to change playbook?
Just one.
Yep, you're right. Pretty proficient.
Shame Matt Sundin's prime was wasted by the Maple Leafs sucking.
Correct.
and just repetitively building the team wrong.
Can you name me top points getter for the United Kingdom?
Steve Thomas would be my guess.
Correct. Number 2 is Owen Nolan.
Yep, he's Irish.
Eat, drink, and be Irish. And some booze. We got top 10 following number 3 is Ken Hodge, Steve Smith, Peter Lee, Jim McFadden, Adam Brown.
Whoa! Darnell very late on the brakes.
Oh boy. Well, you might need to have your
very
checked out.
It was very close to Fotis Zoglu getting one up the butt.
My God, that's James Butler's music. He's got the brake snipping pliers.
Max Simmons turning into Max Verstappen. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Although race 1 he had to work for it. Barrier took it to him in race 1. I don't know what's up with Barrier in race 2. He's just falling back.
He is.
Focus on
Barrier.
He's shaking him. And of course, the fact that Vega, Komorowski, and Kurtachvili are not the fastest guys around here is letting Simmons get further ahead. As Fotis Zoglu tries to honestly dive bomb Timo Ryder a bit. Does not work out. And he will remain sandwiched between Ryder and Darnell. The difference between Max Simmons and Max Verstappen is personality. Max Simmons is not an ass.
And money.
And money.
Other than that, they are virtually identical.
And there's no helmet Marco for Max Simmons, which is a plus. Timo Ryder goes wide. That'll let Zoglu up into... oh, we've lost Alfonso Alejandro. Portuguese... Oh, well, there's your answer.
He gone.
He's tunneling to the center of the earth.
Gone hunting for the perfect paella pan.
So that's 2 spots picked up for Darnell for the price of 1. ESR does not speak for me in terms. I do not speak for ESR in terms of the Max Verstappen stuff. I just don't like Max Verstappen.
Wow, just because that's the correct thing to think doesn't mean you have to say it out loud.
I don't like Lewis Hamilton either. Before people go off on me on that.
Just because he's kind of an asshole too doesn't mean.
Max Simmons,
oh no!
The race leader has spun out.
He's cutting the track. He's cheating.
He'll retain the lead, but his gap is brought down to 2.5 seconds.
He did that deliberately to cheat, so he can cut the track precisely.
All right, so in terms of Lewis Hamilton, like I've just never been able to get behind him because he came into the sport like basically at the top. Like there was no build, I guess, in a nutshell. So I never became a fan.
He's essentially the Lex Luger of.
Yeah, kind of. That is literally it. Although good, Lex Luger was not.
Wow.
It's not that like I believe Lewis Hamilton's a phenomenal driver, but there is no driver that came into the sport instantly at the top that I consider myself a fan of. Because I like that underdog phase. I want to cheer for, Fernando Alonso 2001 in Minardi. Like, I want that experience. So when it comes down to it, I prefer guys who built up that way. It's why I liked Mika Hakkinen. It's why I liked, it's how I developed a fandom of Kimi Räikkönen. Nick Heidfeld. But I never got that experience with Lewis Hamilton.
I prefer that young up-and-coming Ayrton Senna.
Never really liked Senna, but that's for Kurtachvili looking for 3rd place against Komorowski.
Boom.
That was incredibly close.
Hit maneuver.
That was incredibly close. Komorowski retains 3rd place for now. Magic Kazchuk going side by side with the championship leader Antonio Costa. Battle between first and second coming into the day in points, although I don't think they are now. I think Simmons has probably broken into the top 2 with his race 1 victory. No. The rear end steps out on Kazchuk, and he will halt his pursuit of Costa for the time.
Swinging the booty.
That was a great time to have an onboard. I'm not gonna lie, that was beautiful. Bertrand Barrier picks up a spot. Raul Valoria spins out. Oh, contact. Darnell picking him up there. I don't really have an F1 driver I cheer for these days, actually. Just sad. I would like to cheer for the Canadian on the grid, but it's Lance Stroll.
The only correct response is Signalizing.
I don't like Alonso.
What?
He's a drama queen.
So?
Don't enjoy. Don't enjoy.
Whatever. Everybody knows you're a Stroll fan.
Tatchville goes. Oh no, I do not like Stroll.
You go for a stroll every day in celebration of his greatness.
No, I don't like Stroll. He's a pay driver. I don't care for the pay drivers.
They all get paid, Mike.
The term pay driver, though, involves the money you bring to the team. In Stroll's case, it's his dad literally bought the team.
That'd be a thing.
So, in that regard, he is one of the greatest. He is one of the biggest pay drivers of all time.
Oh, Mike, I found another guy for the goofy name hockey team.
Yep.
Jochen.
I remember him. German.
Yeah.
Good defensive center. Quality bottom 6 guy. Uwe Krupp, also very good. Part of that amazing Colorado Avalanche G-Corps of the late 90s. Along with John Clem.
Some Clem cheddar.
And Adam Foote. And Sandis Ojelich. And Aaron Miller.
Foote could be on the goofy team name.
Mm-hmm.
Goofy name team. Up in this bitch.
Goofy name team. Let me think here. Oh. Magic Kazchuk spins out. Kelly Butchberger always comes to mind.
Yeah.
Ulf Dolan.
Thomas Pock.
I don't think I know him.
Pock or Poke. I don't know. It's got a umlaut. He was the defenseman for the Rangers and the Islanders.
The only thing we're really lacking on our funny names team is I don't think we have any goalies.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of them have goofy names.
Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Quick is a little goofy, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Do we honorarily include Pekka Rinne because of the really dumb story behind his drafting?
Maybe. Maybe not.
I still do enjoy that story. You gotta come to you gotta come to Sweden. Why? You gotta watch warm-ups. Why? Because the backup goalie ain't gonna play, and you need to see the backup goalie. Problem when your junior team has Nicholas Backstrom and Pekka Rinne on it. Steve Davidson looking down the inside. And the door is shut by Martin Edmonds, who's in 4th place. That's a solid position for him right now. championship-wise. Gonna check in on Adam Stewart, who is limping around the track, it looks like. Steve Davidson on the tail of Martin Edmonds with Andrew D. Canada battle, three-way fight. Three-way dates.
Hell yeah.
By the way, Max Simmons back out to 7 seconds out of the pack. Andrew D looking down the inside. Can he make it happen? Against Steve Davidson? I think he can. And he does. 5th place. His time running down here, just over 3.5 minutes. So about 2 laps. For the last battles. 4th place very much on offer between Edmonds, D, and Davidson. And not much else. Valoria and Ryder are having a fight over 13th. That's about it. Everything else looks a little bit decided, if I'm being honest. But we've seen a lot of mistakes, a lot of unforced errors here today. So things are still on offer. These Praga R1 cars, I'm told, are very, very hard to handle. I have not driven them, so I cannot attest to that myself.
That would be why we see so many people doing their best DJ impression.
They're relatively new additions to the game, and they came out, I'm pretty sure, while I've been injured, so I haven't bought them. Also, not really my style. I'm not a big fan of the sports car prototype genre of racing. Side-by-side action between Ryder and Valoria there. Valoria will come out on top, I think. Ryder gets tipped into a spin. Hits the wall hard. That will guarantee that. On board with Andrew D as he looks to run down Martin Edmonds. Pretty key for the championship here. Edmonds came in today 3rd in the championship, probably has dropped to 4th. But even with that ballast, he is hanging on.
Keeps me hanging on. Michael, can you name the only Paraguayan NHL?
It's probably someone I think is Canadian, isn't it?
He is, actually. One of those was born in Paraguay, but it was actually from Canada. There's a lot of those on this list. Or on these lists. Like Danny Heatley, technically German, but
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of a Paraguayan.
Willie Pyatt.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, it's from back in the day. He played 75 to 88.
Okay.
For the Frames, the Flames, the North Stars, and the Brutes. That's how far back you played on both Flames teams. Actually spent the majority of his career on the Atlanta Flames.
Well, good for him.
How about Taiwanese? I wouldn't expect you to get this one either, because this guy was, he won the 79 Cup.
Oh, I would not know.
Rod Langway.
Oh, I know him. I do know him.
He's
he was considered like he was the anti-Paul Coffey.
Oh, interesting.
The all-defense defenseman. Absolutely offensively useless, Rod Langway, but by God, the Norris trophies.
He won Norris trophies 82 to 83 and 83 to 84.
Played for Washington predominantly.
Correct.
Didn't know he was from Thailand, but I do, yeah, I am familiar.
Taipei land. He played for the Canadians for years.
Getting very close to Martin Edmonds.
your hometown, the San Francisco Spiders.
Oh. Oh! Martin messes up!
Oh no!
Andrew D is through into 4th place. Davidson may also get through. Martin is really struggling on those tires.
The ballast has come loose and is rattling around inside the car.
Steve Davidson looking for the move. Take over from the auto director here to keep us on this one, because I think this is the interesting bit that we will see. Can Edmonds hang on to a very key 5th place?
Maybe.
Meantime, Max Simmons has won the day. Double win here at Slovakia Ring for the Max Simmons. Applause in the chat. And Edmonds will hang on to 5th place. So the podium will be rounded up by Javier Vega and Adam Komorowski, who crashes into a wall there in celebration. Andrew D, 4th place. Edmonds, Davidson, Kratachvili, and Costa, I do believe, will be your top 8. Yep, there's Costa. Bertrand Barrier in 9th. Across the line. Weird day for him. Weird day. There was like just a period there in the middle where he just seemed to have no pace. Magic Cash check 10th place. Fotis Zoglu, unfortunately, in 11th. Ahead of Andy Darnell. And then Raul Valoria will be 13th. In his blue, white, and black car. Your boy Mauricio Delgado coming home in 14th. And Timo Ryder, 15th place. Adam Stewart drove the race predominantly with a banged up car. He'll end up with a 16th place off the we lost, due to technical difficulties, we lost Alfonso Alexandre. Kubovic, Butler, and Costa did not start the race, which is unfortunate because Kubovic looked like he had really good pace at his home track. There are your final results. And as Byron had reminded me,
Indeed. I have indeed reminded all the things to all people.
we will hit you with the Race Day 2023 holiday race from ESR and RaceDay.watch. Saturday, December 16th, 3 p.m. It is at the Sebring. It is Assetto Corsa, the original AC with the, I believe there's a mod involved. We're racing GT2s. It will be a 10-minute practice, a 20-minute qualifying, and 2 30-minute races with live commentary with yours truly and Byron.
Oh,
We'll be joined by the third man in the booth, producer Cole. So get ready for that. That's going to be fun. There was a test race with the server today, actually. So there you go. And I don't have much else to add. So Byron, if you have any final thoughts, please let the people know.
Everybody qualify, or you will be disqualified permanently.